Hey guys, and welcome back to Roa. Welcome back to me finally continuing the storyline. As I finish my stop of the day, I should really head back to the Courageous. Should I go and check on Valimar and Behold? I do probably won't have time to do anything else out here. Looks like the maintenance is nearly finished. Yeah, let's board it. I've done all my events here, it seems.
Wow, that must have been tough. I'm so proud of you, Rean.
Hey, that's class. What's up, Valimar?
Greetings, my lady.
How are you feeling, Valimar? The battle yesterday must have been pretty hard on you.
I am fine. The damage to my armor and lost mana have largely recovered. I expect to be in peak condition before our next battle.
That's good to hear.
Good to know, definitely.
Just listening to you talk, you really have changed since we first met. You seem to be talking a little more like a human now.
Is that so? That would suggest that my memory is slowly recovering.
What's that now?
The part of me in which memories are stored appears to be damaged.
Oh?
I have very few memories of the past, such as why I was sealed within the old schoolhouse to begin with. This includes my memories of language. Thus far, I have had to rely on the preset bare minimum of speech functionality. However, thanks in great part to your assistance, my speech functionality is slowly beginning to restore itself.
Okay.
Does that mean that your memories of the past are starting to return too?
It is an indistinct memory, as if clouded by white noise. I seem to recall someone burdened by a great sadness, much like yourself.
That obvious, huh? I look that burdened to you? Someone died right before my eyes, and I was powerless to stop them. But the more I think about it, the more I realize that I might have been able to stop it from happening. And that regret's like a thorn stabbing into my heart.
Ooh.
Was the person in your memory able to move past their burdens?
I am unable to find any memories that answer that question. However, I believe that your sense of regret is an entirely natural process for humans. Is that not the case?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Give thought to what you would do differently if confronted by the same situation again. If I can aid you, I shall.
Yeah,
Interesting.
you're right. I can't undo the past, but I can at least make sure I don't make the same mistake a second time. Perhaps considering how to do that is the best thing that I can do right now. Thanks, Valimar. I feel a little better after talking to you.
Then all is well. I am afraid I must return to sleep. Should you require my aid again, you need only to call my name.
I need to keep on getting stronger. Strong enough that I can protect the people around me. The ship's maintenance is probably almost done now. Maybe I should take a nap or something?
Or just answer that phone call.
Yes, this is Rean Schwarzer speaking.
Hey there, Rean. George here. Do you have a minute?
George, is something wrong?
Well, I'm over at the Ruhr Institute of Technology at the moment. And an acquaintance of mine here has a pretty interesting proposal regarding your Divine Knight.
Oh?
How soon do you think you can come over?
A proposal?
Well, it's the Institute's president, actually. Professor Schmidt, the Empire's foremost Orville researcher.
Are we finally going to get a sword for Valimar? That's the only thing I could think about. Or upgrades to Valimar, maybe. Oh, it's this guy. Professor G. Schmidt. My name's G. Schmidt. I serve as this institute's president. I certainly wasn't expecting a pilot to be Ashen Knight to only be a boy. The Alliance ought to be damn near ashamed of themselves if they keep losing out to a snot-nosed brat like you. I don't think that's any way to talk to a person you only just met. Besides, it just happens to be one of the students who helped you get that minor medal earlier in the year. Huh. And one of the students put out that request without any input from me. You should be kissing my boots having every honor of assisting my research, however indirect it was. Some things never change. But on the side, is it true? Were you one responsible for developing the Panzer Soldats? It is. Duke AN made a request and I agreed to it. I use the ancient robot, Ordine, and the Society's archaisms as a reference point. They're designed a frame that could be mass-produced, even with a Rhineford company's technological capabilities. Afterwards, I drew up plans for 7 models. I oversaw completion of a Draken prototype a few months back. Why'd you ask? Do you have any ideas what you've done? You're wasting your time, Rean. He does whatever catches interest, losing himself in it till it's done, and to hell with the consequences. The railway guns in Guerrilla Fortress and the orbital wave jamming device in Nord were both designed by him as well. Unbelievable. An engineer doesn't strive to satisfy intellectual curiosity is a sad sight for an engineer. We just design things, up to their own to decide what to do with them. Do you get it now? It was because I couldn't cope with part of him, but I ended up going to the academy over here. Yeah, I totally get it, unfortunately. Oh right, what made you come visit the Professor to begin with? Oh, of course, that's what I called you here for. I was hoping I might be able to get some advice or pointers from him. You know about getting a new weapon for Valimar? Oh!
And if I might be so bold as to offer a word of advice, get Valimar a better sword. One like yours. If you think you're such hot stuff you can beat me without your 8 leaves training, you're in for a world of hurt.
Okay, makes sense.
Choice of armaments is indeed paramount. Selecting one the Awakener is well suited to will increase combat efficiency exponentially.
Just tell me about what you're after. It says you want a weapon capable of fighting on equal terms with the Azure Knight. We might have gone our separate ways, but it's still a former student of mine. We're open to a possibility of designing something for you. Really? You'd make a weapon for Valimar? I said I'd be open to a possibility. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You're my help on one condition. Zamorian ore. Ring any bells to you, Rean? I think so. You used to make weapons for us before, didn't you, George? Oh, you know a bit? Saves me if I have to explaining it then. It's extremely rare ore found here in Zamoria. It's a sounding strong material. It possesses a mysterious radiance. And what's more, as I learned while developing the Soldats, the frames of Divine Knights are made up of that very ore. Your Ashen Knight is included. The double saber Ordine uses is made of it too. Which is, as I'm sure you've figured out. Which means you're going to be able to compete against Crow. You need to Hitachi made of Zamorian ore too. Take on, however, you need vast quantities of ore. You have only recently discovered how to refine the ore at all. Processing will be immensely difficult. But bring me materials and I'll be willing to assist you. The concept of a new weapon could compete against Divine Knights is of great interest to me. Even when you're helping people, it's only to help yourself. But nice if you're doing it to tone those Soldats, but I can't picture those words coming out your mouth. Very thought of it makes me feel ill. Bear in mind, Zamorian ore is an incredibly rare material. I doubt you'll find enough of it to get the job done. Still, should you pull it off or design the finest tattoo you've ever laid your eyes on? On my name as an engineer, I can promise you that. Well or not, we're going to find out all the Zamorian ore we can make in this work. Cool. So that's going to be the rare item weapons, I think. On to the 23rd. It's almost Christmas. Oh, and in case you're wondering, Quarter Mountain has been updated. You'll probably see a few of those pop up as I'm playing, it seems. I have to tell you, I'm impressed. I expected this beautiful ship to be on the facey side, but she's a real sweet girl. Cutting through a cloud like this feels wonderful. I'd get used to it. Wow, I can't believe how quickly you got the hang of it, Angie. Neither can I. I think it's obvious who's more qualified to sit in between the two of us. Job's all yours now. Why, thank you. Hereby accept the position of Chief Helmsman and Courageous Second in Command. She really is amazing. There's none out there who can tame a vehicle as fast as Andrew. We're not going to have to worry about things around. Moving right along, the good news is we're able to liberate Roa. Don't think any of us could have predicted how much a war situation would change in the process. Marquis Wagner's provincial armies withdrawal from the conflict will have a profound effect going forward. Yep, tell you why the been updated as well. Losing one of their key members is bound to be a painful loss of the Alliance. For one thing, it should make things easier for Lieutenant General Vando and 3rd Armour Division. The greatest concern before now was the Dorsia Provincial Army after all. The Alliance's overwhelming supremacy is starting to sway. Only in East Erebonia though. We still come out on top in the West. Right, Prince Oliver said as much too. General Lagoon and Brigadier General Badius is out there claiming one of a victory after the other. Renio's brother Justice. It's brilliant lead and it shows. I see. Be what as it may, all we can do is focus our efforts to Eastern Front for now. That's what we were entrusted with, and fretting over things we can't change won't do us any good, right? That's putting it into perspective, yes. We've got our hands full over here, as it is. So let's make every moment count. Time to get back to gathering up the info we can. Speaking of, mind giving us an update on the situation with Valimar's weapon? Oh right, how could we forget? Professor Smith agreed to cooperate with us, did he? Cooperate is a strong word, Alyssa. He only cares about what interested him. Ends up benefiting us is purely secondary. And remember, he's only going to help us if we get enough Zamorian ore. I mean, how we're going to get the stuff out there is beyond me, though. He said that Valimar himself is made out of the ore, didn't you? You wouldn't happen to have any ideas, would you, Emma? I'm afraid the Hexen clan knows very little concerning the creation of the Divine Knights. Some legends passed down from the clans they were made during the time of Great Collapse. Specifically, they were forged by artisans who call themselves gnomes. That's an interesting name. I know the story. I know the term from old stories such like anyone else. I had no idea a band of artisans by that name actually existed. Supposedly, they once worked closely with the clan's ancestors. But somewhere down the line, the witches and gnomes ended up parting ways. Couldn't tell you when. How curious. Maybe so, but none of that's going to help us find any ore. Our chances of finding enough were pretty slim to begin with. I know where you can get some. But only if you're willing to overcome some very difficult trials to obtain it. You do? Really? What do you have to gain by lying? You're aware there are strange ruins which scattered across the country, right? This is where we're going to be added to the storyline. Yep, I've seen them. I've explored them. I fought a boss there. Except one I wasn't able to go in yet. Where the higher elements were active. Those are the ones. They're called spirit shrines. They were built on top of septium veins long ago by the gnomes and encouraged the formation of massive Zamorian ore crystals. Those crystals were in turn used to create the Divine Knights. So if there's any place in Erebonia to start looking for vast amounts of Zamorian ore, it's there. I had no idea. Why did you tell us this before now? Am I supposed to be a mind reader? Wasn't exactly relevant to Montana now, was it? I mean, that's fair, but... no need to buy our heads off. Hey, she told us now, right? All we gotta do is go to one of those shrines and we'll be wanting in ore. Let's hope so. We've got a lot on our plate checking out the country. Let's explore a shrine best lead left. No matter how difficult it might be, a little bit like the trial isn't going to scare us away, right? The discussion had come to an end, the destination had been decided. Before departing, Class 7 thought it best to check if there's any new requests. The timing turned out to be quite apt. Gone Air? Klein and Heimdallr. An airliner got hijacked mid-trip, went missing. We managed to track it to the Isengard range. Gonna rescue him, it's gonna be tough. Hijackers are armed, that's where you come in. Okay, the sweetness of challenges. Dearest ladies and gentlemen, I have taken the liberty of calling upon you to make a request of my own, unbeknownst to my worthy rival. I've left a letter of a location indicated with a blue cross. I think you'll find it well worth your while to read it. And cruising for a bruising? Imagine to see Salbrea weaving for the safety of province's people as they're chased through the streets by a ravaging monster. Surely you wouldn't let such a dire scene come to pass, would you? The battle is set and the Northern Crucian Highway awaits. This one's on Klein. I'm happy to see my Heimdallr's with him too. Not so happy the airline go missing though. Doesn't seem like something we can afford to ignore, dangerous as it sounds. Look at this one. Phantom Thief B? What's it about reading a letter? As if we have time to concerning ourselves with such pathetic antics. I know what you mean, but ignoring may even be worse. Yep, we gotta work it out for us. Hey Rean, want to help look out for everyone? Let me come with you, okay? Of course, you're always welcome. I think Celine and I should come with you too when you explore the shrine. So basically, I'm being told to bring feet to a party, and you know what's amusing? That's basically my party anyway. You're going to come with because you level up. As a final member, let's do one of these. Because you're already a decent level. Let's go with this group. I'll quickly check if I can make any recipes room. And none of those bad at one do. Sweet blue. Tell you what, with that, I'm actually going to end the episode here, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and bye-bye.